It's October the 2nd, 2024. I'm about to speak about some very heavy and dense things that have happened in the world in the last 24 hours. If you're in a spiritual place where you don't want to open yourself up to this information, don't watch my video right now. I'm on the homepage of BBC right now, the Babylon thing. And it says here, live, Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, says that Iran will pay for the missile barrage as Israel launches new Beirut strikes. So yesterday, Iran threw over 180 missiles, apparently, to Israel. And now Israel is now retaliating. And it's just going to get much faster now on a daily basis as we step towards global chaos. Netanyahu, only a few days ago, was speaking at the UN while simultaneously he bombed the leader of Hezbollah, the biggest proxy or so-called terrorist group that Iran use to not get their hands dirty. Proxies are like different organizations which a government will use and fund so that they're not actually attached to the dirty work that that proxy or terrorist group will do. So their leader was killed by Israel while the prime minister was basically speaking at the UN at the same time. Now Iran has responded by chucking over 180 missiles to Israel. This is now World War III, in my opinion. It's been World War III for a long time, if you ask me, but on the global stage, on the front page of Babylon News, we are now here on World Peace Day, October the 2nd. So last night as well, 7 people were killed in a shooting and knife attack in Tel Aviv. So men just appeared out of nowhere with AK-47 style guns and started shooting people on a tram stop in Tel Aviv. This is a major development towards individual personal people coming out and starting to attack people. And also, this is no doubt the most fear-mongering piece of information for people within the United Kingdom. From Keir Starmer, this is on BBC News as well, front page. UK forces involved in response to Iran attack on Israel. So the UK, are now backing Israel. Israel, not the true Israel, connected to the emperor, connected to the biblical times, Israel, not that Israel. We're talking about the false, fake matrix Israel, which is currently playing out, We are now, the United Kingdom, publicly involved in that response. So can you imagine if you are part of the Iranian community living within the United Kingdom right now, how much anger would be festering inside of you that the country you're in has just helped to attack your homeland. This isn't to spread fear. This is to open our eyes to the density and the chaos which is about to come. Humanity has to face the darkest shadows now if we're going to move into the age of Aquarius. And people like me and you have to have the dignity, to have the strength to be able to face it. Or if this information is too heavy, to at least carry on transforming your own personal life as deeply as you can to contribute towards transforming the world. Just chucking in some random other news, which is all front page news right now on the BBC website. Sean Diddy Combs faces more than 100 new allegations for assault. They're chucking this at us at the same time. The whole music and Babylon Hollywood industry is crashing while war and chaos is rising. Also, this is, I think, a bit of propaganda and a bit of MK Ultra. A cruise ship remains in Belfast for the second day. A cruise ship remains in Belfast for the second day. Why is that important? Well, in America right now, there's going to be mass strikes with the shipping containers coming into the country, bringing in medicine, bringing in food, bringing in building supplies for construction. It's interesting that the news has talked about a cruise ship remaining in Belfast for the second day. Basically, MK Ultra propaganda, putting it into the minds of ordinary people that ships are being stopped. Ships aren't moving. Yeah, interesting. I want to give a bit of guidance from a book called The Handbook for the New Paradigm, volumes 1, 2, and 3. This is from volume 2, page 155. And I believe it's talking about this moment right now. At the time of the greatest experience of chaos, there will be moments of discouragement and wondering if any of this material was of value. It's talking about the material in the book, but we're about to go through very turbulent times. Very difficult times to navigate. And we're going to start doubting ourselves, doubting our spiritual practice, doubting our faith or our religion, doubting our instinct, doubting that the causes that we're making can make any kind of contribution towards world peace. We're going to start to feel that because it's going to be ramped up massively. At the time of the greatest experience of chaos, there will be moments of discouragement and wondering if any of this material was of value. It is then that each member of this ground team, we're the ones that incarnated into the ground, the density of this third dimension. It is then that each of the members of this ground team must hold fast to the understanding that change cannot and does not happen if the old structures remain in place. Therefore, it is exactly through this chaos that the new paradigm of experience will come into being, and it will not be long in manifesting. There will be those who will falter, but with at least one of every cell group having the strength to hold tightly to the commitment, the cell will hold together and the focus will be held. This piece of information is so significant right now. We need to understand the people that are seeing this from the spiritual perspective, because there's physical soldiers out there doing their thing, contributing towards world peace in their own way. We're the spiritual soldiers, yeah? And we need to hold fast to the fact that when Babylon falls, when the darkness is revealed, when all the P. Diddy stuff is revealed, the royal family and their treachery, the misogyny and racism and patriarchy, when all of this has to come to the surface, and we need to be the ones that can remain steadfast, still, grounded, and hold on tight to hope, and the knowing that we will win, the knowing that all of this darkness is happening. Yes, UK are now involved. On the front page of the BBC News, the UK are now involved in backing Israel. So basically, the UK are now involved in backing the false Israel matrix, the evil Israel matrix. We are involved. There's going to be many different groups of people that are very angry about that. I would 100% suggest that we have already been infiltrated through this false migrant situation. Yeah, very turbulent times are coming. However, we need to understand that we incarnated. This is the greatest shift in a vibration, in a consciousness, from an age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius. This is the greatest shift in humanity that has ever existed, ever, before Atlantean times, Lemuria. All of this is the moment. Yeah, we're going back to ancient Kemet, baby. But before that happens, we were the ones that chose to be the first trailblazers, to walk through the bush and to cut it all open so that other people can follow us. We need to remain steadfast and grounded. Let me read this one more time before I leave you. At the time of the greatest experience of chaos, there will be moments of discouragement and wondering if any of this material was of value. It is then that each of the members of this ground team must hold fast to the understanding that change cannot and does not happen if the old structures remain in place. Therefore, it is exactly through this chaos that the new paradigm of experience will come into being, and it will not be long in manifesting. Because understand this, when you know the occult, when you can see what's happening, you'll realize that today, 2nd of October, is a new moon. Right now, 0% new moon. New moon. Isn't it funny that this major development towards World War III happened on the new moon energy? They're harvesting energy. They're using the energy of the cosmos to bring about their satanic plan. We can do the same. We can use the energy of the cosmos, of the astrology, of our prayer, to also bring about a difference. If you're wondering how do we make a change right now, recognize that the darkest part of society is now rising. And in my life, the darkest parts of my life, the darkest people that have tried to control me or hurt me, they're all coming to the surface so that I can remove them. We are the microcosm of the macrocosm. What is happening externally is happening on an internal, individual level too. So recognize the darkness surfacing in your life, honor it, move it away with love, thank it. Know that what's happening to you is happening on a global scale. We are nature. We are nature, and it's happening to us as well. So the best thing that we can do is focus on our own individual transformations and contribute and be as profound and as bold as we can in facing what we need to face in our own individual lives to purify, alchemize, transform our environment. Because when we change internally, our environment changes. Okay? And just one single individual making a change can make a change for their whole family, and then their whole community, their whole nation, and eventually the world. Never forget the power of one individual change. I love you. 2nd of October, full moon, new moon, and we're here to make a change. Nam myoho renge kyo.